Alright guys, in this video I'm going to be researching fire pits. So let's find some niche stores, shall we? So in Google Shopping, and by the way you can look back throughout the playlist that this video is in to see the first video, which is an overview of the process, but I'll just kind of lightly go over it. So usually the first thing I'm looking for is niche stores, specifically keywords in the domains, or like generalized versions of those keywords or synonyms of some sort. So fire pits. I also like to see other niches, like similar niches within the same domain. So barbecuegrills.com, that might be one. I'm just going to open a few. What I usually do is right click, search Google for, and then find their home page. I don't like to click any ads because until later. Right away I don't like to click ads because they specifically will charge them money. So thefireplacestore.com. I'll get into more of that later though. Patio Heat and Shade, maybe. Patio Products USA. The Outdoor Fireplace Store. Okay, so that looks like all the niche store domains. You're usually going to encounter a lot of generalized stores and big box stores when you're searching for generic category keywords like fire pits. It's not until you find a actual Shopify store and then verify that it's online only and verify that it's a online retailer, not a brand. All that stuff. Like once you've verified it's actually a competitor that's doing high-ticket dropshipping, then you can plug it back into Google, all their brands and products, and find more competitors. So that's kind of how we do it. So let's see if any of these are suitable. So the first thing is it's got to be a Shopify store. And the way we tell that, obviously, is the URL structure. It's got to be /collection/ or /product/. So /collection/ gas fireplaces. So it's Shopify. Next thing is, do they have a physical retail storefront listed on their header or footer? No. Great. Passes that. And then is it a multi-brand store? And here you can see is a list of vendors, and that passes that. All right, so I'm going to show you guys the niche research sheet real quick. This is what, if you click the link in the description below, sign up for our How to Get Dropshipping Masterclass, you'll get access to this entire sheet of all these stores and brands. Also in here, there's a link that you can click, and then what you do is you take that and you plug it back into the website to find all the best-selling brands of that website. So it should say collection /all/ and then sort by best-selling. And this is best-selling by the number of products sold, not by the total dollar amount. So they're going to usually show these like lower priced products because people add them on to every order. So that's to get purchased the most. And you'll know it's a longer standing retailer, one that's been in business longer, when you see this, and that they have a higher volume of sales as well, and that they've done a good job of having all these add-ons with their products, because people will end up buying these add-ons a lot more than just the main products. All right, with that said, these stores that have vendor on the left side will then show all of their vendors. So you can extract all these brands, and these are potential suppliers, okay? All right, so that's that. Now what we can do is we can actually take any one of these best-selling products and plug them back into Google to find more competitors. So I usually just try to copy the product name somehow. So copy it, and then you plug it back into Google. All right, and then there's going to be a bunch of other ones. Usually I'm looking for ones with the, with like a niche keyword in there, or some sort of version of one. I may have already had a fireplace store set up. Patio products, not support. Okay, that's fine. Fireplace store, so we've already pulled that one up. Right, so they are selling a dropshipping brand. So other vendors may dropship if they don't have a physical retail store. And it looks like they don't, so that's good. Is it a Shopify store though? It is not a Shopify store. So it's an older online retailer. So you can still extract all their brands, but some of them might not dropship for you because they might be grandfathered in. So just keep that in mind. All right. All right, I'm going to keep these open because I'll put these into the spreadsheet. Let's see, Modern Blaze, kind of a similar thing here, I think. They do have an address, but it's a suite, so it's probably a virtual mailbox. You can plug that into Google Maps, and see if it's like a retail store or if it's a warehouse. And if it is a retail store or warehouse, then they have a showroom. Then it's going to be harder to, get their suppliers. Some of the suppliers might require retail showrooms, but doesn't mean you can't. Right. So it looks like they have some sort of a warehouse possibly, but this also doesn't have their name on it. Oh, it looks like it's like a mailbox service. Okay, so yeah, it's a mailbox service, so that's typical. All right, so it's a dropshipping store. So all their brands you could extract. So let's do the same thing there that we did here. Or where was it? I think I closed out the page that I'd done that on. Anyways, it's easy. Just go /collections all. And then I'm just going to go here and change it to best selling. Usually on the sidebar, they're going to have all their suppliers. Touchstone, Modern Flames, Dynasty, Remy. Looks like Touchstone's definitely a big seller. Dimplex, Bromic Heating. Okay. So yeah, here's basically a list of their 80-20 top selling suppliers. So number one life hack with high ticket dropshipping is really try your best to get those suppliers that are on the first page of the best sellers list on your competitors' sites. Those are going to be 80% of your sales, and you might be able to fill that in with more, but that first page is where you're going to find most of the suppliers. I don't know why their whole list of brands isn't loading right now, but they do have a separate page, it looks like, so that's cool. So you can certainly add all these to a spreadsheet and make it a little bit difficult for anybody to extract because they're not listed out as text links but images, which is good for them. But anyways, all these brands are probably drop shipping. All right, so I would definitely say that this niche is going to work, and there's lots of suppliers and there's lots of competitors, it looks like. Another niche idea could potentially be barbecues, but I'll do a separate niche research video on that. Through this process of niche research, what you're going to find is there's a lot of different categories for sale that do really well, for instance. So let me show you another example. I'm going to take their top selling product and plug it back into Google. And go to Google Shopping. And we're going to try to find some more niche stores this way. Electric fireplaces plus. So the reason why niche stores show up in the ads when you type in the entire keyword, and usually it's going to be plus like a SKU number. It's because that's what we want to do as retailers. We want to bid the highest for people that are shopping around, trying to buy something, trying to find the lowest price and the best deal. So we bid the highest on that. We set up our Google Shopping ad specifically for that, and you can learn how to do that in my course. So go click the link. And so on this website, looks like no address and no location, and it's Shopify, so we're good to go. So here's another site that you could extract suppliers from, and everything. And it doesn't really just end with that. Like you can do a ton more. You can extract backlinks, for instance. You can extract content that does really well. You can extract social media ads. You can steal a lot from your competitors, and that's kind of the idea here. So here's a list of all of their bestsellers, and then you have brands that are actually doing really well on their first page, which mostly looks like Dimplex and Touchstone and Napoleon. So again, 80-20, get those 3 or 4 suppliers, you're good to go. Some of the stores will even show how many of those products are on their website, so you'll have an idea how much work it'll take to onboard. And when it comes to building your site, I show you how to do it in my masterclass. Again, the link is in the description below. But I also have a turnkey service, and the turnkey service is a done-for-you service. We do the entire store build and launch, and we also, on the back end, provide scaling services, so continuous recruiting and onboarding of suppliers. It can take a lot of time and effort to do all this stuff yourself, and if you have some money, but and you want to create a location independent business, but you don't have all the time in the world to do it, and you don't want to spend that time you have in the evenings, that you're hanging out with your kids or whatnot, or you're playing sports to, sit in front of your computer, or you're just older, you don't want to do it yourself. We do it for you. So go check it out, ecommerceparadise.com/turnkey. Link is in the description below. Have a lot of happy clients. You can watch the testimonial videos. We have lots more. And just make sure you read the FAQs and, all the stuff that's involved and what you need to get started. You can talk with me directly. You can call us Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 Eastern on this number here, or you can book a call to talk to me directly. And packages start at 5K, work up to 15 or more, depending on how many suppliers you want. 2K on the back end. We have the do-it-yourself over-the-shoulder masterclass. It's like $10 a month. So if you're curious and all, just get into that and watch a few videos and see if it's right for you, and then you can go forward and sign up for our service from there. All right, guys. Well, I hope this video was helpful. Really, the first step in all of this is, number 1, making sure this business model is right for you, but number 2, choosing your niche. So that's why I'm making all these niche research videos, so you can see these stores that are actively doing high-ticket dropshipping. Get an idea of who the suppliers are, what the websites look like. You can kind of dig through the websites and see how they're set up and how much work it's going to take for you. You can kind of gauge the amount of competition through all different things. You can sign up for their email list. You can look at their YouTube channel and see how many reviews they have and whatnot, and to see what kind of you're up against. How much work it's going to take. Really, when it comes down to it, people are just looking for the best offer, but also sometimes other things impact that, like the ability to speak with the owner directly. A lot of websites, what they'll do is they'll outsource their customer service, so you're never going to speak to the owner, you're going to speak to a customer service agent. So if you run your site directly and you take calls directly yourself and people talk to the owner, they appreciate that probably, and they're going to trust you a lot more and buy directly from you. Obviously, any of us would if we're talking directly to an owner. We always kind of appreciate that the owner is part of the business, not just hiding and, sideliner. Anyway, a lot to think about. Comment below if you have any questions. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next video.